You know, people ask me all the time, what's the secret to a great grilled cheese sandwich? Making your own bread. That's the secret. We're doing it next, so stick around. All right, let's get started. We got to make that bread first. 1 1/3 cup of warm water, about 107 degrees. 1 teaspoon active yeast. Give it a good mix. We'll set that aside and let that start to work. Next, we're going to get out a large mixing bowl. And what we're going to do is add 3½ cups of all-purpose flour into that mixing bowl. Doesn't matter if you have bread flour, 00 flour, it'll all work. We're also going to add 2 pinches of kosher salt to our flour. And then we're going to give it a light mix so the flour and the salt get mixed up nice. And then we're going to add our yeast right to the flour, and we're going to start to mix this up. Now, as you're mixing it, you may have to add a little bit more water, like I did, or not. It's up to you. But we're just going to keep mixing this until we get a ball of what almost looks like a ball of paste, which you'll see here in just a second. So once you reach this point, you're done. Just stop right there. Get a towel, kitchen towel, lightly dampen it. Put it right on top of the bread. Put it on the counter for at least 2 to 3 hours and let that double in size. Once that happens, turn your oven up to 425. Take your Dutch oven or whatever pot you're going to cook the bread in. Put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Then, right before you take it out, we're going to take our dough out and we're going to roll it and fold it 4 times to tuck underneath. And then we'll take a knife, give it a cut on both top, just like that. And take our Dutch oven out of the oven. Be very careful now because it's smoking hot. And we're going to plop our dough right inside the Dutch oven. No greasing, no nothing. Just throw it right in there. Put the lid on. And then pop that back in the oven for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, you're going to open the oven up again. This time we're going to take the lid off and let it go for another 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, we'll pull it out of the oven. And we're going to take it out of the Dutch oven and put on a wire rack and let it cool down. Then it's time to work on our side dish of our grilled cheese sandwich, which is going to be salt and vinegar potato chips. So I've got 3 russet potatoes and I'm going to peel them. Little trick, peel them right onto parchment paper. That way when you're done, you can just fold it up and throw in the trash. Now we got our mandolin on its thinnest level. And we're going to just slice up those potatoes. Be very careful. Mandolins are very dangerous. I went down about a quarter of each, and then just toss the rest away. Or you can save it for mashed potatoes, up to you. Now we're going to add equal amounts white vinegar and water. And we'll mix them up real good. Separate them. Make sure everybody's coated. Let those sit for a good 3 hours. After 3 hours, we're going to get some paper towel out. And this is the tedious part. You got to take each potato chip out of the vinegar, put on the paper towel, and then we'll cover it with another paper towel, because before we fry these, we got to get them nice and dry. So we'll let those sit for about 35-40 minutes to dry up. Once they are dry, we're going to get our Dutch oven back out, and we're going to fill that up with, I think I use canola oil. You can use peanut oil, whatever oil you have available, as long as it has a higher smoke point than 350 degrees, because that's what we're going to heat it up to. And once that oil reaches temp, we'll start to fry up our potato chips. It took me about 4 batches to get all these done. You don't want to overcrowd too much. And they cook about, I would say about 6 to 7 minutes per batch. You could always pull one out when you think they're done and give it a test. And if it's crispy and crunchy all the way through, you're done. That's beautiful right there. Now we'll take those out. I got a paper sack that I'm going to drop them onto to drain the oil off. And then I'm going to hit them with some popcorn salt. And we'll set those chips to the side. Now it's time to assemble our grilled cheese sandwich, the star of the show. So I've cut the loaf in half. And then I'm going to cut 2 slices from that loaf, about a 1/4 inch thick. You don't want it too thin. You want the bread to hold up nice. So I'll get that other slice cut. I've also melted some butter, and I have that standing by, and a large non-stick frying pan. You want to have plenty of room to work with while you make this grilled cheese. So we'll move over to the stove. I've got a brush, and I'm going to brush on some melted butter on one side. There we go. And we're going to set this on in the frying pan, butter side down. I have the heat at medium-low. Next, I've got 3 cheeses: white cheddar, Kobe, and Gouda. So we're going to set that cheese on top. Then we'll put our other slice of bread on top of that, and brush on some more butter on that side. Now, like I said, we've got this on medium-low, so it's going to take a little bit longer than normal, but we have more control this way, so we don't overcook the bread. So once we get that bread golden brown like that, we'll flip her over and cook the other side. Remove and cut in half, and we have a gooey, chewy, delicious grilled cheese sandwich with homemade bread. That is amazing. You serve this up with your fresh homemade chips, and you got a winner. Anyways, hey, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next video.